Hello there, this is Joffrey with Good Lawn Care. Hey, it's been a long time since I've put out a video. What we got here is I'm going to show you guys how I do leaf work in the fall. To me, this is one of the best ways to go about getting the leaves up. I am going to be mulching them. As you can see, I'm using a Toro Pro Line. This is a 36-inch mower with a mulch kit on it. Typically, I use mowers with mulch kits in the fall to mulch up the leaves. And we've had a very, very dry fall. Actually, these leaves here are pretty damp though, and wet. It's been a while since we've had conditions kind of like this all fall. It's been extremely dry, but we had about a week of just gloomy, misty, foggy weather, and it's made kind of a mess here at the end of the season, but still works good. I just basically go over it with the mulching mower and just mulch them up and grind them up as best as I can, and you'll see from that usually about 2 passes is all it takes. Now I did have the deck up real high, as high as it would go on the first pass. I probably should have set it down just a little bit lower, but I like to have it up pretty high on that first pass to get the leaves kind of so they're not plowing and pushing forward. Sometimes when they're deep like that, it just wants to push a big pile. This allows more to get underneath the deck, but it also then allows some of them to blow out the side like you're seeing happen. I think if I would have had the deck a little bit lower, I wouldn't have had those little windrows you see where I already went over. And so I ended up having to go back over those in a bit. But I usually, almost always, will have to go one direction and then perpendicular to it. Actually, sometimes this year it's been so dry I could do it one pass, and there would be just some leftovers that would probably be fine to just leave it there, because we do have enough leaves on the trees that I'm going over them every week, and I'm probably going to go over this here again this year yet. But anyway, that's what I do, just back and forth, grind them up, mulch them up. To me, this seems to be the most effective way to do it. Basically, I'm not having to haul anything away. I don't need any specialized equipment. I'm just going over the leaves and I'm putting them back in the ground. From what I read of different university studies, they say mulching is really good. It's basically adding organic matter back into the yard. Also, they say it does not have any effects on the grass. There's been a lot of studies from Michigan State University, Purdue, and a lot of the other universities in the Midwest that say those pieces filter down and they actually help to deter weeds from coming up. They said dandelion, especially, like they block them from being able to, germinate then in the springtime. So to me, it's kind of a no-brainer. I don't want to have to haul off debris, and it's faster for me because then I'm not having to go dump it somewhere and get rid of it later. But anyway, I've had people asking me, how I do it, and that's basically how we're doing it. Now, it's been such a long time since I've been on here. It's probably been close to, I don't know, 3-4 years. And so anyway, things have changed for the lawn business for me. I can tell you that. I'll have to make another video sometime soon, but my boys are at the age now where they are helping. Okay, they are taking a lot of responsibility. Actually, they're both teenagers, and they're at the point, one of them's driving already, one will be driving soon, and so they're at the point where they can do a lot of work. Strong kids, me getting older, and so it won't be long. I'll be the one that they'll be telling me kind of what to do with the business. No, they've taken a lot of interest. They've learned a lot over this year. They've really helped me this year. I've taught them a lot, and I think they're looking at something like, hey, I really like this. This might be something I want to do, moving forward. and I'm so glad for their help. We're kind of, this year actually we probably had less yards than we've had in the last couple of years, but it's been great because it's been a good learning year for the boys. They've taken, like I said, on a lot of responsibility. They've learned a lot, and so now we're looking, maybe we can start expanding the business, taking on more customers if we want to. But anyway, I'm so proud of them, all the hard work that they've done, and just the way they have, really bought into working for me and helping me. They jump in there and they get after it, and I'm like I said, I'm really proud of them. Now here, I kind of go back over these little windrows. Usually I don't do something like that. Usually I'll just go perpendicular to it. I don't know why I felt like I just needed to today, just because it was so damp. But I will go perpendicular to what I just mowed here in a minute. But again, back to the business. Like I said, it's been quite a while since I've put a video out, and things have changed with the boys helping. Also, some differences for me over the last few years. Bought an enclosed trailer, and so that has been really something different. I'll have to eventually have a video of that. And then this mower here we just got not too long ago. It's like I said, a Toro Pro Line 36, and it got the mulch kit on there. Primary reason for buying it was so we could get in some small gated areas. We use the commercial 30 Exmark, and it's a good mower, but I wanted something a little bigger that I could fit in gated yards. I really probably wanted a stand-on, but they are very expensive. Of course, this mower was plenty expensive too. But what I really wanted this was for some yards where there's some hills I can get on easier. The stand-on a 36-inch, I just didn't feel like it would probably do the best. So anyway, that's why I went ahead and went with the 36-inch walk behind. Now, I think what I'm doing here actually is I'm going to put the height down on the deck to the height that I would mow the yard at. And like I said, I mowed it a little bit higher just because I wanted to be able to chop them leaves up a little more, let them get underneath the deck, and not be plowed by the mower or anything like that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I need to make some more videos, and hopefully I'll do that sometime soon. But if you have any questions, just ask. But again, this was Joffrey with Good Lawn Care, just telling you a little bit about how we go about doing the fall cleanups. We kind of just stay on a weekly basis with a lot of them. Some of them are every other week that don't have very many leaves, but the ones that do have more leaves, we just pretty much stay on them every week, and just keep mulching them up here until the end of the year. It's almost Thanksgiving, and we're getting pretty well done, getting close. Now, there'll be a few yards we still got into December. The leaves have just held on like crazy this year, and so that's just the way it goes. It was a kind of a dry year. Actually, not kind of dry, very dry. Very dry. It didn't rain much in the spring, which was fine because I love being able to, mow in the spring and not have the rains hurting you. Summer was actually okay. We got some decent rain, some timely rains. July was pretty wet, really. Not like we had a lot of rain, but it just seemed like it was damp all the time and a lot of humidity. And so we were mowing quite a bit in July. Then fall was bad. Towards the end of August, September, there was like nothing to mow. Pretty well burnt out. And finally came back in October, and it's still very, very dry, even though it's real damp in this video here. Obviously, it's just the very top of the ground is moist just because of the cool air now and the later in the season. But it's been a very, very, very dry year. So anyway, that's just how it goes. Every year's different. But hey, I'm rambling on. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thanks for watching again. I'm going to just go ahead and let some music play here till the end. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. It's been Joffrey Good Lawn Care. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks. Bye.